is Bridgette from PotomacBeads.com and PotomacBeads.eu. In this video tutorial, you're going to learn how to make a raw or right angle weave necklace. Materials you'll need for this project include 4 varying sizes of Czech glass. I'm using a 20mm, 14mm, 12mm, and an 8mm, as well as Eslon, cup buttons, and some super new glue. You can find links to each of these products and a list of colors in the description box below this video. So to start threading on the beads, I'm going to start with my 8mm, and I'm going to go through with both ends of the cording and pull that tight up to that knot there. Okay, and from there I'm going to separate the two ends, and I'm going to go through another 8mm here, but I'm going to go one side through the other, so they'll be going opposite sides. So I have one side going towards the left and one side going towards the right. And again, just pull those. And it'll sit kind of right on top of that first bead there. And you'll want it to be sideways, so you might have to kind of pull on both sides to kind of get it right where you want it. So you'll start off with this. And from there, we're going to go into the right angle weave. So the top or the left side, I'll go through an 8mm. And then the bottom or the right side, I'm going to go through a 12mm. And then from there, we'll take another 8mm, and we'll do the same as this first bead, which will go in opposite directions. So I'll go one through the right and one through the left. And again, pull that from both sides. And you'll start looking like this. Now, one thing to remember while you're threading these is the larger bead will always be on the same side. So although we'll have varying different sizes and going up, the larger bead you'll always have on the right side, and that'll be the bottom part of the necklace. So from this one, we're going to step up to larger ones. So we'll have the 12mm on the top, and then this time the 14mm on the bottom, like that. And you'll do the same, just on the right side, you'll go through one, and on the left side, you'll go through the other. And then this time for that end bead, we're going to go up to the 12mm. But again, doing the same thing, one side through the right and the second side through the left. And pull that. And again, we'll step up one more time. And now we're going to be using the 20 on the bottom and the 14 on the top. And then again, we'll use the 14 as that end bead. So again, we'll go through the right side and through the left side, and then both through this top one, coming from opposite directions, and then pulling tight. So you can start to see the curve of how this necklace is going to work. So for the focal point, or the middle part of this, I'm going to use both 20s and then a 14 on the end. So doing the same thing, start with one side through the right and then the left, and then both through this top. So as you can see, as you're doing it, we're really just kind of going in almost like a figure eight or crisscross there. So this is going to be the middle of the necklace, and now we're going to start stepping down. So we'll go back to a 20 and a 14, and then back to a 12 as that kind of stop. So, and again, make sure you have the bigger one on the bottom. And then the left side, and then both through this 12 millimeter. And then again, we're going to be going down. So we'll have the 14, the 12, and then back down to an 8. And then both through this 8. Okay. And then stepping down one more time, we have the 12 and then 2 8s there. And then both sides through this one. Pulling that tight. And then we'll finish it off by both ends of the thread going through this last one. And this one you want them both going through the same direction. And pulling that tight. And from there we go. And we'll tie a knot on this side. And I'll do a little dab of super glue glue just to kind of secure that. Just right there on the knot. And this part, I'll measure out the ends of my thread. So as you can remember, this was my knot, and then I had the loop. So I'm going to measure out so that both sides are the same. That way the necklace will fall nicely. I think, let's see, I'll trim this off. And at the ends, so going through the cut button, I'm going to go through with one side up and down, and then with the other thread I'm going to go up and down as well. And then make sure you have your cut button at about the same length. So I'm going to pull this out just a little. And then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and tie a knot. And then using a little bit more of the super glue, just make a dab right there. and then you can trim off the edges. So here I'm just going to cut those off. And there we go. Works that. And then there's the necklace. All right, I hope you've enjoyed learning new things while making this raw right angle weave necklace. Be sure to check the description box below for supplies, and you can get everything you need to make amazing jewelry from PotomacBeads.com and PotomacBeads.eu. Let us know in the comments how this video has inspired you, and give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and more.